everybody, it's Jeff, your executive gardener. Thanks for joining me for this quick episode. So I'm standing in front of my green stalk garden here, and I'm here today to talk about kale. Kale is highly regarded as one of the top 10 superfoods in the world. So this little bugger, this kale leaf, has, as you know, everything from vitamins, antioxidants, minerals, protein, most things that the human body or any animal body would need to live a healthy lifestyle. In addition, there's research going on about helping urinary tract, rheumatoid arthritis, and anti-cancer type agents in it, which help it hopefully prevent cancer one day. But this is highly regarded as a superfood. So as you know, you've been following my channel, I have started a diet. My diet, or a lifestyle change, I've lost 11 pounds so far in 4 weeks, largely because I've gone from a meat-based beef diet to a plant-based diet. Interestingly enough, when I eat this kale has about 3 grams of protein per cup of kale, okay, uncooked cup of kale, that you can eat fresh on your salad or just eat it right off the stalk, whatever you choose to do so. Some people steam it and so forth, but I like kale salads. What I do before I cook my kale salad is I usually pick my kale and then I put it in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days. Some of those starches move over to sugars and the kale becomes very sweet, great to eat. There's nothing like fresh kale. In this episode, I'm going to show you what else I do. One of the big things that I really miss in changing my lifestyle and losing weight is potato chips. So in this episode, I'm going to show you how to make kale chips, okay? They're very simple to eat. They provide a healthy snack, and if you're like me, there is salt on them, so you kind of get your salt craving as well. But I'm going to continue to grow kale through April. That's probably about when I have to stop growing kale, when it will turn bitter, because it just gets too warm. So in this green stalk garden, I do have 6 plants left. I've already harvested 3 or 4. I got another 5 plants growing in kale. But not only will I enjoy kale in fresh salads like I do just about every day, I put some tuna on it, I put chicken on it, and a lot of other vegetables that go with your standard salad. But when I'm traveling, I'm not going to obviously pack a bag of kale with me. I'm going to bring my kale chips. So follow me as I show you the recipe to create fresh kale chips. Easy to use. It's a great use for fresh kale. Okay, here we are back in the kitchen, and what I've done is I had a whole bag of kale that I previously picked to save some time for this video. And what you'll see here is that you got to take the kale off of the stems. So I did that, in fact, and I left these hard stems. Nobody really eats this type of stuff. Maybe horses do, but we don't. Anyway, what I have here is a cookie sheet, and I have put all the leaves on the cookie sheet. In between the cookie sheet and the kale, you need to have some parchment paper. And what we're going to do here, and kale is relatively easy to make, so we're going to preheat the oven for 350. We're going to bake them until 10 minutes until just the outsides of the kale are lightly brown, and then take them out. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some olive oil and a teaspoon of olive oil. I'm going to use this can and spray it very lightly as such, and that'll help the seasoned salt stick. And then I'm going to take sea salt, not seasoned salt, but sea salt, and then I'm going to just do this over the kale. Again, the olive oil will help it stick, so as such. And some's going to the bottom. Again, this helps me get over my salt craving for potato chips, and that's it. So again, cooking sheet, kale leaves, parchment paper, oven at 350. You put a little bit of sea salt or seasoned salt or any other spice you want on top of your kale, and put it in the oven. So at this point in time, I'm going to put it in the oven. We'll come back after it's done, after 10 minutes. All right, here we are back. I have my bowl full of kale chips, and let's show you what they look like. So turned out well. You'll see here, it's a bowl full of them. When you cook them, they reduce to about 70% of their original size. So when you take the leaves off, you probably want to make them a little bit bigger pieces, so when they shrink as they cook, it turns into a regular sized potato chip. Anyway, they're light, they're slightly brown on the outside, and they're very airy. So here's my first taste of the kale chips. So I don't know if the microphone can pick it up, but they're very crunchy, like popcorn or potato chip. They taste excellent. They're really, really good. I've never had these before. I've never made them before, I should say. I've never had them where I've made them. My wife and I bought kale chips from other people, but they're really good. They've got that light fluffiness of popcorn, but the crunch of a Dorito or a Lay's chip. Really good. Of course, much different from a health perspective, but I like them. They're excellent. And I'm definitely going to be making more, no question about it. So my plan is, the hard thing to do is, trade in the Lay's chips as I have here, and loaded with nothing nutrient, nothing but fat, and trade it in for the kale chips. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope each of you is focused on your health. We only have one body. Got to take care of it. So again, I'm hoping the kale chips here will help me not crave regular potato chips anymore. And by the looks of it, by the taste of it, I think we're off to a great start. So hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Executive Gardener. Please join me next time. Thanks. Bye.